Listening to Smooth House Radio.
Smooth House Radio.
I will wait on you, Lord. Although it may get hard, but I know that in my waiting, I will reap the faint night. Days that wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. So I will rest in the shadows, in the shadows of your wings. I'm gonna wait on
What's up? It's Mr. Unique from the MrUnique Motivation Board Show, and you're listening to Smooth House Radio, the #1 station for all independent music. You heard me?
Welcome, and welcome again to a unique show with Mr. Unique, the producer. That would be me. I am Mr. Unique, the producer. How's everybody doing today on this Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Days kind of get to running together. Yeah, but happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to everybody. I hope everybody's Thursday has been okay. One day away from the weekend. Yep, 1 day away from the weekend. We almost done. We almost made it. We've almost made it to the weekend. Everybody's favorite part of the week. Before we go any further, y'all know we got to give a shout out to the sponsors. Shouts out to DBoy Records. Y'all, which I just heard, that was the BDS chart topper. That was Tiffany Renee. I'm going to wait. But you can also go and get the new one, Brighter Day, from DBoy Records artist Tiffany Renee. You can go get it. You can go get it. Also, the party after graduation, Dr. Oso, the Gino Neville, DBoy Records, man. And look, I tell you what you want to do. If you want to find out any information about what's going on with the DBoy Records artists, you want to find out how to get some information, all you got to do is just go to the website, www.dboyrecords.org. Questions, comments, concerns, it don't matter. Just send them to us. We got them. We welcome it all. DBoy Records at DBoy Records, dboyrecords.org. Y'all know how DBoy Records do. Go get all the new music. Go get all the new music. Also, shouts out to Smooth House Radio, the #1 spot for all independent artists. And I got more information for you. If you trying to get your music, you want to get your music heard? You want to get it heard? That music y'all hearing, that's all DBoy Records. You want to get your music heard? I'll tell you what to do. Make sure it's in MP3 format. Make sure you own it, you know, like the copyright and all that, because we don't want no YouTube infringements. We don't want no copyright strikes. You know, shouts out YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn. Much love. But yeah, MP3 format. Make sure your paperwork's together and send it to SmooveHouseRadio@gmail.com. I guarantee you, if you send it to them, they give it to us. We're gonna make it do what it do. Also, got to give a shout out to SmooveHouseTV. They tell me, and I got to believe them because that's how y'all see us every week, that SmooveHouseTV is the smoothest place on earth. And yeah, I agree with them. 100%. Also, gotta give a shout out to the brand new Cross Cut Lawn and Home Services. Call Mr. Kenneth Bunny for appointments. That's what you do. You got to call Mr. Kenneth Bunny for appointments. Call 901-335-0515. That's Cross Cut Lawn and Home Services. Call Mr. Kenneth Bunny for appointments. 901-335-0515. And I tell y'all what to do. When you call Mr. Bunny, what I want you to tell him is, tell him that you would like to have the MrUnique discount. I guarantee you, you trying to have the MrUnique discount, he gonna give you a very, 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 very fair price, my friend. Yeah, Crosscut Lawn and Home Service. I'm gonna tell y'all what, we got a good one. We got a real good one today. A real good one. So it's gonna be one of them situations and one of them topics where I'm gonna put myself out there. But it's something that we all need to talk about because it's something that a lot of people suffer with. And sometimes talking about it is the best thing that's happened. And a lot of times, if you know that you're not the only one going through it, it makes it a lot easier for you to express yourself. So when I get back from the break, we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. I ain't going to tell you yet, but we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. And hey, we're going to dive in it. It's a unique show with MrUnique ThaProducer. I'll be back.
The progress. We ain't like the average.
I've I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. Overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, try to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood.
I'm all good in my hood.
Well, I think so.
They say I changed cause I ain't hanging at the
corner store.
No more. Well, I changed for the good. I changed for the change so I can fuck with my hood. Understood? What's understandable don't need to be explained. I'm with my presidential shit, it's time for a change. Hit you from long range, I call that a
sniper.
You know, like moving too fast, I call that a People bad bitch, that walk like a model. No Twitter shit, but me she'll follow. Money on my mind, and mine on my money. My homies say I changed, say I'm acting funny. Most of my homies changed while life getting ill. And I'm still doing me, chasing the meal. You know, life never been fake, I always been real.
I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, try to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood. It's the 106 and Parkway.
That's me, you can see me from long distance without a binocular. I call my coupe Monique.
Watch me park out.
And you know I'm on my gutter shit.
For real. And you know I keep a bad gutter bitch.
For real. And she said she love me, I told her I love her back. Only thing I love about her,
that she getting stacked.
Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. We get full of this a rock.
And I beat up her back.
Call that a bass drum.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tryna take her to the
Boom, boom, boom.
life. I done got up off the subject. I ball cause I love it, you ballin' on the budget. On her lower back tatted, MRT. Who's singing the chorus? Mr.
I've
Unique.
been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood.
The progress. We ain't like the average.
Welcome back to a unique show with MrUnique ThaProducer. Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all right now. A lot of times I don't have a problem with talking about stuff. Y'all know I ain't got no problem with talking about nothing. I don't care. But it's some subjects that we could talk about and we talk about that hit a little bit hard, a little bit different. But it's got to be talked about, man. It's something that I look. I made no shame in my game. I'm an open book. So today we're gonna talk about jumping into it. And today, we're gonna talk about the long-term abuse of mental abuse. We're gonna talk about what does it mean, where does it come from, and I know you hear a lot of people say, just like it's your phone. I know, I heard you say all the good stuff. But today, I mean, we're gonna man, we're gonna jump into it, man. We're gonna talk about stuff. We're gonna like I said, we're gonna lay out on the line. We're gonna figure out what it is. And I know I'm So I'm gonna try to find the right words to say, but I'm gonna also speak from the heart. Because again, like I said, a lot of times the best way to first of all, shouts out YouTube, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Twitch, much love. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. LinkedIn, thank you. Facebook, thank you. Throw the hearts up. And since we talking about mental health, if you got anything you want to say, we'll keep it anonymous. Just send an email to smoothhouseradio@gmail.com. Put attention, Mr. Unique, and we'll say something about it. We here to help each other. That's what we're here for. We're here to help each other, and we're here to help each other get through it. Because, like I said, a lot of times the easiest way to get through to some or to get through some is to talk about it. And so we're gonna be on this series a long time. We're gonna be on this a while because I think it's something, and it's therapeutic, not just for you, but it's therapeutic for me too. Because I got a couple of things that I mean, it may not be to the extent of other people, but everybody has things that bothers them that that plays with your psyche, that plays with your mind, and that's all part of the mental part of it. Once the worst thing that can happen is your brain playing tricks on you. That's the second worst. The worst thing that can happen is somebody making you feel like your brain is playing tricks on you. Now, sometimes we can be in situations where we can overthink some things, but then you can also be in situations where you're being mentally abused. So we say, what is mental abuse? Mental abuse is meant to undermine your self-esteem and make you feel worse about yourself. It is also a form of manipulation and control. The effects of mental abuse are just as detrimental as the effects of physical abuse. It's to undermine how you feel about yourself. It's to make you feel as though you're not good enough. It's to make you feel like it's on you. It's a form of manipulation, is what it is. If I can make you feel bad, if I can make you feel like it's your fault, I can take it off of me. If I can always make you, like I said, it's undermine your self-esteem and make you feel worse about yourself. The worst thing you can do, if you got a person that's already feeling bad about themselves, what joy do you get out of making them feel worse? Like that has to be some of the cruelest, meanest thing that can ever be done. It's a form of manipulation and control. It's a way of a person being able to put a vice grips on you. It's a way a person can, as people say, sink their teeth into you. The effects of mental abuse are just as detrimental as the effects of physical abuse. Because the scars of mental abuse, they hang on longer than the scars of physical abuse. Mental abuse can affect you 10, 15, 20 years down the line. Whether it be something that in a relationship, maybe you was in a relationship, and a lot of forms of mental abuse comes from relationships. Person that knows that a person that knows that, to be honest, they know that you more than likely are probably maybe out of their league, but y'all are together, and the object of it is to make you feel as though if they don't want you, or you should be glad that they want you. That's a part of their manipulation, and that's a part of the control. Well, you can say, well, I've never felt like I wasn't wanted. Okay, you never felt like you wasn't wanted, but did the actions show you that? Mental abuse can get to a point where, like, you blame yourself. If somebody was to go out and do something, well, maybe it's my fault that they don't have a job, or maybe it's my fault they went out and cheated, or maybe it's my fault that they did this, or maybe it's my fault. No. No, that's what I see you to. Much love. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that they went out and did that. So you say, well then, well, Mr. Unique, what are, like, okay, you saying mental abuse. Okay, mental abuse. Well, what signs or something of the signs of mental abuse? Okay, one of them is accusation and blame. I know some of y'all like, dang, wait a minute. Yeah, accusation and blame. The abuser always blames their problems on you and accuses you of doing everything wrong. Have you ever been in I'm gonna say relationship, because a relationship is not just dating. It's not just man and woman, or however you know your preference. But it could be friendship. It could be loved ones. It could be, people in your circle. Have you ever been in a situation where you feel like everything that you do is wrong? Like, I went left last time. So I went left last time, and that caused a big argument, or that caused the biggest agreement. So this time, instead of me going left, I'm gonna go right. But then when you go right, you still wrong. The abuser always blames their problems on you. You're the reason why I don't have a job. You're the reason why I went and did this. You're the reason why. No. They don't accept any responsibility for the consequences of their actions or words, and constantly use you as a scapegoat. Those situations where, well, if you wouldn't have, I wouldn't have. Well, if you wouldn't have, I wouldn't have. But you're like, well, what did I do? Mental abuse, mental. Well, what did I do? And now you sit up now, and you're questioning, well, did I do this? Did I do it? Well, maybe I did. They are very jealous and use guilt to force you to do something you may not want to do. They make you feel bad. Y'all date, and you know that they folks ain't no good. They know them folks ain't no good, but yet you go and do something because of your love. Or better yet, how many times have we done something, or how many times have we been in, and again, I'm gonna say relationship, and it's not just meaning, a romantic relationship. It's a relationship, period. But how many times have you been in a relationship and you've done something, and let's be honest, you've done something not because you wanted to do it, or even not even because you love that person, but you only did it because you was afraid of that the loved one's reaction, afraid of the consequences of you saying, no, I don't want to go today. I don't want to do that today. How many times you've done that, just to keep the peace? As somebody say, people say, well, I'm doing it just to keep the peace. Or I went just to keep the peace, and then you go and it's like, man, I shouldn't have stayed. That's what they say. They say they're very jealous and use guilt to force you to do something you may not want to do. They also deflect or minimize any blame you try to place on them. They fail to realize that for every action, there's a reaction. But where the mental abuse comes in, that is, they forget about the action and only respond to the reaction. And when you try to get them, well, look, you have to take this part. This is your part. I'll take what's mine, but this is yours. Nah, I ain't gonna be no. Because I only did that because you. I only did that because of this. Or no, you have to take some type of blame, and they don't. The accusation and the blame is always on you. You're the reason why things went left. You're the reason why things went right. You're the thing, but watch this. You're the reason why everybody or everything goes wrong, but they're the reason why everything goes right. Mental. We're talking about mental health. Like I said, y'all, this is gonna be a series that it's gonna get kind of personal, especially with me, because people deal with things, and some things we don't know where the origin comes from. Sometimes we do. But in this whole series that we're gonna talk about mental health, not just tonight, but for maybe the next month on a unique show, MrUnique ThaProducer, we're gonna dive into some deep stuff, and it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. But it said they also deflect or minimize any blame. You try to you how can you point out everything I'm doing wrong when you see nothing you're doing wrong? Or better yet, you can see the wrong that somebody else is doing in a relationship, but you're doing the same thing to me. And now, when you get out of that bad situation, now you're holding on to that mentally. You're holding on to it, and it carries over into your next relationship. So now, the relationship that you in now, your mindset and your process of thinking is, dang, is everything gonna be my fault? If this relationship failed, will I be the reason why it failed? Now you start questioning yourself. Start wondering, are you good enough? Am I good enough? Am I handsome enough? Am I pretty enough? Well, maybe the reason why this happened to me because I wasn't this. No. Signs of mental abuse. That's one of the signs of it. Another sign of mental abuse is control. Control can be about major things like where to live and work, but it can be about small things as well. It can be about where to live. You want to go live in a neighborhood that you feel like your kids can grow up in and be safe, and they can go outside and they can play, and you don't have to worry about certain things. But this person that you're with doesn't want to go into that neighborhood because they see that the neighborhood, the community, the people in the community, every time you go around them, the mental abuse that you are suffering, you start to find yourself again. Every time you go around them, this neighborhood, you start to feel good about yourself. And the person that you're with now that's causing the mental abuse, they start to see it too. Like, wait a minute. Every time you come back from this neighborhood, you feel a little better about yourself. Take control can be about they don't want you to go to work because, or they don't want you to work at this job because so many men come in, or so many women come in, or control, trying to control everything. Who is that on your phone, and who is that you talking to, and who is that? None of your damn business. It's none of your business. It really ain't. It's not your concern. As long as I'm not bringing it to you, So control. It can be about small things as well. Maybe you're trying to lose a little weight, okay? And you're not trying to lose no weight for nobody. You're trying to lose weight for yourself so that you can have a healthier life. They see you start to lose a little weight, then they got problems. They see that you dropping the weight, and the more you drop the weight, you feel a little bit more confident about yourself. But now, all of a sudden, you get ready to go to the gym, and that's the attitude. And again, Let's go back up where we said accusation and blame. So now, because you don't want to deal with the consequences, which you shouldn't be none, but because you don't want to deal with the consequences of the attitude or what's going to happen by you going to the gym to get your workout on so you can feel better about yourself. Because you don't want to deal with it, you decide not to go. You decide that, okay, well, I don't want to make her mad or I don't want to make him mad. So maybe I ain't going to go. Maybe I'm not going to go. Maybe I just missed the day because I don't want to go. I don't want them to be mad at mental abuse. Mental abuse. It's something serious, yo. We got to take a step back, and you got to be able to notice. That's why you got Mr. Unique gonna show you the signs. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you because the mind. When you lose your mind, you lose yourself. You can't be out here losing yourself, and you can't let nobody take yourself. You can't let nobody not make you be you or not let you be you. If you don't let me be me, you got to go because you're not good for my health, my mental health. You're not good because now I'm more concerned about you being mad at me. And what am I doing? It's say, for example, they may not let you out the house. Where you going? I go. Don't worry about you. You ain't. Wait a minute. This ain't. I'm not in jail. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass woman. I can leave when I want to leave. But why? You know what's going on? But again, they got that control. Because again, you're afraid of the consequences. You're afraid of what could happen. That control has gotten you. They tell me we're gonna take a break. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump into another mix, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna dive into it some more. We're gonna dive into it some more. Because there's some people out there that's dealing with that long-term mental abuse. You're not even with this person no more. But things that they done and said to you still stick with you. Mr. Unique. No, it's not the boy on the show. I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all I got a lot of stuff going on in my head right now. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. Because it's a serious matter, man. This is a very serious matter. Like I said, I'm gonna put myself out there too in this whole series. But we'll talk about it when we get back, man. It's a unique show with Mr. Unique the producer. I'll be back.
This is the Smooth House Radio.
It's gonna be a brighter day. It's gonna be a brighter day. Oh, it's gonna be a brighter day. It's
Welcome back to a unique show with Mr. Unique, the producer. That's me. Man, shouts out. What y'all just heard, man, that was a new one from DBoy Records artist Tiffany Renee. Shouts out Tiffany Renee. Brighter Day. Go get it. It's available now on all major streaming platforms. Go and get it. Also, that Gino Neville, the part after graduation, Dr. Oso, DBoy Records, man. If y'all want to know anything what's going on with the DBoy Records artists, what's going on with the DBoy Records brand, it's simple. Even if you want to leave a question, comment, or you got a concern, let's hit us up. www.dboyrecords.org. And I promise you, man, we're going to get back with you. We're going to get with you now. We're going to let you know what's up. We're going to let you know. Also, man, we got to give a shout out to Smooth House Radio, the #1 spot for all independent artists. Independent artists, I tell you what, if you want to get your music heard, you want to get it to us, all you got to do is make sure it's in MP3 format, okay? Man, make sure your paperwork is together because we do not want no copyright hits. I ain't got time for all that. Y'all make sure your paperwork together. And when you do that, make sure it's together. It's MP3. Send it to SmooveHouseRadio at gmail.com. SmooveHouseRadio at gmail.com. I promise you. It will get played. Also, shouts out to SmooveHouseTV. You know what? They tell me that SmooveHouseTV is the smoothest place on earth. And you know what? I agree. That's how y'all see us every week, man. Every day, basically. I said basically. That's how y'all see us, man. Shouts out SmooveHouseTV. Also, man, shouts out to Crosscut Lawn and Home Services. Contact Mr. Kenneth Bunnett. 4 appointments at 901-335-0515. Crosscut Lawn and Home Services. Call Mr. Kenneth Bunnett. 901-335-0515. And I tell you what, tell him you want the Mr. Unique deal. I promise you, he'll give you a good one. I promise you. All right, man, y'all, we back, man. We're attacking mental abuse, long-term mental abuse. We in our mental health, man. We in the mental health state. We don't. It's something that needs to be talked about. And during the break, we had a question because we were talking about. I see you, Twitch. Shouts out Twitch. Yeah. We was talking about control, and the question was asked during the break. Says is there a such thing as not being controlling enough? Man, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. If you feel like you gotta be controlling with a person, you don't need to be with them. Period. If you feel like you got to, if you feel like that's the way it's supposed to be, or you got to be, if you are a good-hearted person, and if you're a good-hearted person, don't switch yourself up because somebody does not appreciate you. You can't kill what don't want to be killed. Did I say that right? Yeah. You can't keep what don't want to be killed. Maybe that's right. So no. Man, you don't have to be controlling because if you with the right one, they're not going to do anything where you feel like you have to be controlled. You shouldn't let nobody take you out of your character. So if you feel like, or if I feel like I got to be controlled in some type of way to keep you or to make you act right, nah, don't need to be with you. Because first of all, you're not my child. So I can't control you nowhere. You grown as hell. And I should not have to. My woman's so hot. Well, my dude's so hot. And I don't mean hot as in fine. I mean a hoe, slut, whatever, a dog. That I can't let you go nowhere, or not let you go nowhere. But I'm to a point where I feel like I got to basically lock you in the house. We ain't good for each other no way, because now you messing with my mental health. That's mental abuse as well. That a person taking your kindness for weakness. That's a form of mental abuse. When we talking about control, they say they may not let you out the house. They may tell you what to wear and what to eat. How many of y'all, young ladies, I'm pretty sure. Hold on a second. Bro, I feel it. I do feel that, bro. I do feel it. And you can be assertive. You got to be you can be assertive. You can be that dominant male figure without it being no type of control. And then I'm gonna say it like this. If you at a point where you have to let things slide, probably time to let something go anyway. Because a lot of times we get the signs, we just don't want to admit it. A lot of times we see the signs and we just don't want to say, we kind of want to look it over. And you can't blame yourself, okay? Because it ain't your fault. Because again, like I just said, you can't keep what don't want to be kept. It shouldn't even be a point where you say you have to feel like you have to let things slide. No, because if it was that type of situation, and that's the type of control as well, where a lot of times, and y'all, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to say it a nice way, because I do have my kids and stuff watching, and I try not to say so many bad words. But that's the type of control where a person puts you in a position where you feel like, well, if I would have did this, then that would have happened. It goes back to what we was talking about at the beginning of the accusation and the blame. You feel bad because this person stepped out. Well, I mean, a lot of times, let them step out. Because when they step out, then they'll realize that, I effed up. But by that time, a lot of times, it's too late. So don't beat yourself up for something you couldn't control. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't sit there and think about, well, what if? Or why not? Think about it like this. Man, I'm glad I got away from that situation. Because that is a form of control as well. That's a form of control when you feel like, well, maybe I should have been, or maybe I should have been a little bit more hard. Now, I'm gonna say this too. Don't be no weak ass man. Because a lot of times, don't be no weak ass man and don't be no weak ass woman. Because a lot of times, a person knows what and who they have. So because a person knows what and who they have, they will push it to the limit. They will. They say you may not be allowed to choose your friends or what to watch on TV. Why you going over there? This and that and this and that. Control, man. Mental. We talking about, that's what we own. We talking about mental health. We talking about long-term mental abuse. The abuse that sticks with you even when you no longer with that person. That abuse. But I'm also say this too, though. There's also people out there that are willing to take you and whatever situation you got. And I like to say it like this. I want to be the one that takes all of those broken pieces. Take all those broken pieces. And just like you put a puzzle together, you sit down in the middle of the floor, put all those pieces out and take your glue and you put it together one at a time. Because we got to be there for each other. We got to, and we can't. Man, if don't nobody love you the way that you need to be loved, the way that you know that you should be loved, get the hell away from them. I don't care who it is. I don't care what type of relationship it is. Some of the best relationships I got is with people that I don't talk to every day. It's okay to love people from a distance. It's okay to do that. It's also okay to love a person and get the hell away from them too. We're talking about your mental health, not theirs. Yours. We talking about that's what we on. We riding the wave, and we talking about mental health. We getting into some stuff that people don't know. People scared to talk about. They scared to bring it up because when you start talking about mental health, people start to shy away from it. They nervous, but shouts out to Charlamagne the God, man, because he's real open about it, and it's helping me. Like I said, this is not just therapeutic for y'all. It's therapeutic for me too. Make me be a better man, you know. Hopefully it'll help somebody else. Because like I said, this series we're gonna dive deep because a lot of times we it's two categories to put it in. Either you know the origin of where these issues of mental health come from, or you don't. There's a lot of things when it comes to mental health. The one we're talking about today is the long-term effects of the mental abuse. People can say all day, one of the biggest lies I've ever heard told is sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a lie. That's the biggest lie ever told. Because I know that I'm not the only person that has been cut or hurt with somebody's words. And a lot of times, the words come from people that you didn't even expect to even say something like that to you. You like, dang. So words do hurt. Now, you know, I'm not one of the people that's like really offended easily. So it's times too where I'm able to sit back and say, wait a minute, I know they didn't mean that because they already frustrated. They're going through some things. So they didn't mean it. And you will know that the person didn't mean it because first of all, they're gonna come back immediately and they're gonna fix it. And then you'll be able to tell with the sincerity or however you say it. You'll know that they didn't mean it. They didn't mean it. You know, so I'm not meaning those words. But you have people that can say some things and whoo, yeah, man, those words stick with you and man. So yeah, that was the biggest lie ever told. Sticks and stones can break my bones. The words ain't never hurt. The words could never hurt me. Yeah, they do. They do. They do. That's part of the mental. It's part of the mental abuse. That's part of the control. The words, the accusations and blame. Words. all that run together when you get to talking about the long-term effects of mental abuse. The mental, the part that nobody sees, the part that when you go to bed at night or when that person get away from you hear them drop those tears, but then you wipe them before they come. Long-term effects. Long-term, what does it do for you long-term? And I'm telling y'all that, man, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that person didn't act right. That ain't your fault. Because you did everything you could to be that man or that woman to that person. That ain't your fault. They're going to suffer more than you. So what we're trying to do now is we're just trying to clean it up. That's all we're trying to do. No, man, it ain't your fault that woman went and did that. No, it ain't your fault that man did. It is not your fault. And don't sit up and beat yourself up about it. What if? What if? What if? What if? If it was meant to be, it would be. If it's not, so be it. Because no matter what happens, no matter what comes and goes or who comes and goes, if somebody is meant to be with you or be in your life, I say relationships, and then I just mean in romantic relationships. But if somebody is meant to be in your life, they're going to be in your life regardless. Like, they're them facts. They're going to be in your life regardless. People may not understand it why, but man, they're going to be in your life regardless. But that's what we on, man. We diving into it. We jumping into, man, we're talking about the long-term effects of the mental health, man. It's the MrUnique show. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Well, in the way it is. Well, I am Mr. Unique. Okay. So it's the Unique show with MrUnique the producer. And I'll be back.
This is the Smooth House Radio.
The progress. We ain't like the average.
I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. Overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood. I'm all good in my hood. Well, I think so. They said I changed cause I ain't hanging at the corner store. No more. Well, I changed for the good. I changed for the change so I can fuck with my hood. Understood? What's understandable don't need to be explained. I'm with my president, shit, it's time for a change. Hit you from long range, I call that a sniper. You know, like moving too fast, I call that a People bad bitch that walk like a model. No Twitter shit, but me she'll follow. Money on my mind and mind on my money. My homies say I changed, say I'm making funny. Most of my homies changed while life getting ill, and I'm still doing me, chasing the meal. You know, life never been fake, I always been real. I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood. It's the 106 and Parkway. That's me. You can see me from long distance without a binocular. I call my coupe Monique. Watch me park up. And you know I'm on my gutter shit. For real. And you know I keep a bad gutter bitch. For real. And she said she love me. I told her I love her back. Only thing I love about her, that she getting stacks. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. We get food, that's a rock. And I beat up her back. Call that a bass drum. Boom, boom, boom. Tryna take her to the boom, boom, boom. I done got up off the subject. I ball cause I love it, you ballin' on the budget. On her lower back tatted, MRT. Who's singing the chorus? Mr.
I've
Unique.
been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. Overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood, man, I still love my hood.
The progress. We ain't like the average.
Welcome back to a unique show with your boy, MrUnique ThaProducer. Man, look, we jumping on back into it. We're not wasting no time, man. We jumping on back into it. We jumping right back into what we on. We jumping right on back into it, man. We talking about we in our series of, man, we going into the mental health thing, man. Real talk. We're going into the mental health thing. We because we got a lot of people now that's dealing with situations that they feel like was their fault when it wasn't. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for having a good heart. Don't do that. Don't you feel bad for having a good heart. Don't feel bad because they went off and did something else. Don't do that. And then don't allow them to control. Don't allow them to control what you got going on. Don't allow them to make you feel like you was the problem. Or better yet, don't let them the accusations and blame. It's not your fault. I mean, it's not. Don't ever feel bad for being who you are. And if that person could not understand and see your worth and your value, you need to be with them no way. I don't care how handsome he is or how fine she is. I love me more than I love you. And that's what we got to get back to. I got to love myself. I can't be so caught up and worried about what your reaction is going to be to me doing something that I don't want to do, that I lose myself. Because you ain't losing yourself for me. They say any indication that they trying to control you in any way is a sign of mental abuse. Why don't you want me to go do this? Or why don't you want me to hang out with these people or do this or do that? Because they know that if you was to get in that environment, that curse, that hand, that grip that they got on you, to slowly leave. Because now you're going to start thinking. You're going to start making decisions on a more conscious level. You're going to start looking at things for what they really are. So if your significant other then went off and did something else, yeah, it's going to hurt. It is. It's going to hurt. But is that the first time, though, you was hurt? I know it sounds mean, but is it? No, it's not. Is it the last time? No, it's not. But don't allow that person to control. You've been in a relationship with somebody and things didn't go the way that you thought they were supposed to go. That was the problem. You thought so. Things that's meant to be will be. It's proven that if something is meant to be, it will be. No matter what happens, man, y'all can go on opposite ends of the earth. I said earth with an F, of the earth that Memphis came out of. Y'all can go on opposite ends. He go over here, and you go over there, she go over there. But if something is meant to be, no matter where y'all go, it could be a situation where y'all ain't even thinking about each other. But what's meant to be will be. Don't lose yourself. Don't allow nobody to take control. Now, it's a difference in control and submission. We'll get on to that on another day, on another show. Now, it's a difference in that. But don't allow nobody else's actions. Don't feel bad because somebody else. If you're that guy and you handled all the business you knew you were supposed to handle, you did everything you supposed to do. You made sure she was good. You made sure she was straight, and she still went on and did what she did. Oh well, man, that'll do it. She wasn't for you no way. If you was that woman, and you was there for that man, you supported him. You as my grandma used to say, you loved his dirty draws. And he still went off and did okay. Yeah, that hurt, but don't let that control. That control. The last one is codependence. For someone committing mental abuse to maintain control, they may try to create a situation that makes you feel like you have no other choice than to be with them. They may also try to interfere or stop any relationship you may have with friends or family who support you to ensure that you will continue relying on them. Don't nobody want you anyway. Who gonna want a woman with such and such? Who gonna want a man with make you feel like they make you feel like they're doing you a favor for being with them. They make you feel like nobody else wants you. That's a lie. I'm telling y'all, that's a lie. They know that the moment you get away from them, you're going to find your heart's desire. Just be. I know somebody that was in a situation and she came to a realization that this is not for me. This is not for me. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep losing. I'm giving so much and I'm not receiving it in return. And stop making excuses for those people. Stop making excuses. Well, the problem was this, or well, I knew they wanted me, but it was this. But no. If there's a but behind it, they didn't want you. They didn't want you. They did not want you. People can say anything. But like I said, it was meant to be will be. We talking about the effects of mental abuse, man. We talking about the effects of mental abuse. Don't let nobody, don't let nobody make you feel bad for moving on. They don't deserve you no way. They don't deserve you. You shouldn't have to stoop down to their level. It's got to come up to yours. Don't blame yourself as to why it did not work out. Don't blame yourself. You are not the reason why it didn't work out. I'm looking right at you. You are not the reason why it did not work out. Not the reason. You're not the reason. We have to let go, or we have to release the control that somebody has on our mind. Or how do I do that, Mr. Unique? How do I release the control that somebody got on my mind. Because every time they call me, every time I see them on Facebook or social media, I feel some type of way. I'm going to tell you what you do. If you really want to break, the control, you can't do nothing about what they're doing, but you can do something about what you do. Well, Mr. Unique, how do I do that? Okay, I'm going to tell you. If we break up, and I know you was the best thing that happened to me, but I screwed up. As long as I can reach out and get to you some type of way, social media, text message, email. You don't really do the email, but text message, phone call. I still feel like I got some type of control. But if you really want to let that person know that whatever you got over me or whatever mental control that you had over me, the next time you call me, you're going to find something out. The worst thing that can happen for that person is for them to call you and the number that they have no longer works. You have just taken back control. You've just taken that mental abuse that you suffered with them. You just took control of it. Because now that person is going to realize, dang, what I'm supposed to do now? I ain't got no way to get in touch with them. I ain't got no way to, I can't call and leave a voicemail, or I can't text the number, or because truth be told, if you really want to get out of a situation, you really want to get away from somebody, you're going to do whatever it is that you have to do to get away from them. Move to another place, another workplace, change your environment, because I don't want you to have because every time you call me, every time you text me, I feel some type of way. And I don't want to feel no type of way, because who's to say the next time you'll be saved? Who's to say the next time that this situation comes or you're around this person, who's to say that they won't try to hurt or harm you in any type of way? Who's to say that they're not going to try to do something to attack your mental? But you got to take control back. You got to be the one to say, you know what? Man, I'm done with this. The control you had over me, the control you had over my mind, I guarantee you ain't got it no more. Because while you sitting up losing sleep, I bet you they not. And if they are, it's because they know that they did you wrong. So why are you sitting up worried about it? Let that go, man, mentally. Let that go. Don't sit up and say, man, why did I have to? Or why did I have to do this? What? Everybody has to go through something. But you can't be a testimony to somebody if you don't go through a test yourself. You got to let that mental, you have to exhale. And you have to let that person go. Because how in the world can you move on with somebody who really loves you or really cares about you or really only want your best interest at heart? How can you move on if you're still mentally controlled and tied to a person? Well, Mr. Unique, I had this same phone number, this same social media or whatever for so many years. Okay, block them. And then see, even if you block them, still a way of knowing. I don't want you to have no contact. When you call me, the only thing you're gonna hear is do the number you're trying to reach. Oh, and you're that person, then their heart gonna sink, and they gonna know then that the control that they had on you is gone. Because I'm gonna tell you what's being thought. I'm gonna tell you what's being thought on the other end. If they really wanted me gone, they would have changed their number. If they really wanted me, if they really didn't want to be with me, they would have done this. But I still got that number though. They still got that same number. They still got this same social media. They still got that same this one. They still at the this one. They still at the that. That's how they thinking. You know why? Because they feel like they got their control. But it's time for you to take that control back now. It's time for you now to say, you know what? I ain't finna be dealing with the mental abuse. First of all, I'm not finna deal with the mental abuse no more, period. And I damn sure ain't finna deal with the mental abuse from somebody I ain't even with no more. Now, you gotta get your ass away from me and my thoughts. And don't feel bad for that. Don't feel bad for looking out for you. Don't do that. Don't feel bad for looking out for yourself. Don't do that. Don't feel bad for protecting you. Why? Protect your mental. Because if you don't protect it, who will? If I don't protect Unique, who gonna protect Unique? If you don't protect you, who gonna protect you? You got to know. And it's so many thoughts going through my head right now. Because I know so many people that's actually dealing with these situations. And I'm gonna look right at y'all and tell y'all, man, it is not y'all fault. It's not. It's not. It's not your fault. It is not. It's not your fault. It's not. It's not your fault that they didn't see your worth. It's not your fault they didn't see your value, because I guarantee you put it out there for them to see it. I guarantee you did everything in your power for them to see it. So how can you do everything in your power and they still not see it? To make the ones for you. Appreciate it, bro. Because the ones that's for you, you ain't gonna have to worry about trying to put all that out there, because they gonna tell you what your worth is. They gonna be able to look at you and tell you what your value is. Man, screw that. They actions gonna show you. Man, I know what this person's value is. I know what their worth is. You ain't got to try to worry about where she going. She ain't going nowhere. You ain't got to worry about where he going. Because he ain't going nowhere. If I got steak at the house, okay? I got steak at the house. Why would I want to go eat bologna? And I don't even eat pork. If I got steak at the house, I don't want nothing else. But if you got the steak at the house, you trying to go down. No, they need to go. You too greedy. You practicing gluttony. I need to get you away from me. Man, it ain't your fault. It's not your. I'm going to keep saying it until you finally realize that, wait a minute. Maybe it ain't my fault. No, I know, maybe. It's not your fault. It's your fault that they fucked up. Excuse my language. See, my children gonna have to stop watching. It's your fault that they effed up. How? The mental abuse. Once you get that person out your system, And if you got them out your system, they gonna know that you out their system or they out your system because again, I'm going to tell you how many, especially us guys, man, we done been there. I know I have. So I'm going to speak from experience. How many times have you was maybe dating somebody or whatever, and man, all of it just went left. It just went like for whatever reason, the whole situation went left. For whatever reason, and it was ugly. And then you pick up the phone and call them, and that number been changed. Didn't it just make your heart drop to your feet because you're like, dang, man, it really is over. Like, dang, like I really got to understand that this is over. Well, that feeling right there, that's that feeling that other person gonna have, because they're going to know that BS that y'all it's over. It's over with. It ain't no more. Ain't no more. I love you, but ain't no more love. No, ain't no more. I love you, not either. Ain't no more love. Ain't no more of all that other, ain't no more. Matter of fact, you don't even exist to me no more. And I ain't doing it for you. I'm doing it for my own mental. No longer will you take control and have control of my thoughts. No longer will no longer will I be a victim to you. I ain't even with you no more. You're not even around me no more. And I'm not gonna let you control my thoughts. I'm not gonna let you make me feel like I'm less of a man or I'm less of a woman because you couldn't see my worth. No. You can take whatever you got or whatever you have, and you can walk the hell away from me. I'm taking my mind back. I'm taking my thoughts back. I already got enough stuff to deal with and think about that ain't got to do with you. So why am I gonna let you even bother me? I can't control you calling me, but I can. I can't control you hitting me up on social media. Oh, but I can. I told y'all, but we gonna this mental health thing, man. We talking about the long-term effects of mental abuse. That's what we on, man. We gonna, I told y'all, this series that we finna jump into of mental health, it's gonna get later on in these series, it's gonna get even more deeper. It's gonna be therapeutic, not just for you, but for me too. I don't know where anger issues come from, and all of that. The depression. We're gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna talk about how, not tonight, but sometimes, we're gonna talk about it. Sometimes it's certain things that happen in life that trigger something. But there's also certain things in life that's generational. My dad was depressed. My granddaddy was depressed. My great-granddaddy was depressed. Everybody was just depressed. It's generational. But we're going to talk about how to break that too. That's later on in the series, though. Because all of that has things to do with the mental abuse. Because this is where it starts. Start right here. If you can't get this together, you can't get this together. You got to get this together in order to get this together. Because this is the central point, the brain. That's the heart of the action. That's where everything happens in. That's where you get the ideas, and that's where the thought of, that's where everything starts. So until you get this right, you can't get this right. And then if you got somebody in your life that you know that this person is there, keep them around. Because a lot of times people don't understand your mental. But every now and then you'll meet somebody that does. Man, don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to tell somebody, man, I'm not straight. I'm not straight. Do y'all know how many of suicides and things could be avoided if somebody would have just listened? Just listen. That's all. Just listen. It don't cost you nothing to listen. Because you never know who you might be helping. You never know what person needs to hear or needs you to just sit there and just listen. If they trust you enough to come to you, feel honored enough to listen. Man, we got to talk to somebody, man. Y'all, and that's all. That's a part of the mental abuse. You're putting yourself through that torture. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're better than that. I'm telling you, you're better than that. When we get back, I know on the Mr. Unique and Motivational Poet Show, we got a segment that we call toward the end of the show. We call "This May Make You Mad," but we're not gonna do that on a unique show. Mr. Unique ThaProducer. Every time y'all see me, I'm gonna come with something because we've been down, and the mental health thing can get it's not a funny situation. There's nothing to play with. Playing with somebody's brain and their mind, that's horrible. Because you never know what somebody is thinking, and you never know what they're capable of. I know a lot of y'all women and a lot of people watch what's this show? Snapped. And they'll say, well, I didn't know she had that in her. She never seemed like that type of person. You got to play with a mind. You never know what might happen with a person. But we're gonna try to end we're not gonna try, we're gonna end on a light note. So I got a new segment now where only thing I call it is this damn fool. And when we get back, I got a when we get back, I got a damn fool for y'all. I got a damn fool for y'all. And all of my I'm gonna say it like this. All of my 420 people. Y'all might like this one. All my 420 people. Yeah, y'all might like this one. It's a unique show with Mr. Unique ThaProducer. I tell y'all what, I'll be back.
Listen to SmooveHouse Radio.
Listening to Smooth House Radio.
Smooth House Radio.
And we back, and we back, and we back. Welcome back to our unique show with Mr. Unique, the producer. That's me. So we was talking about today the long-term effects of mental abuse. We talking about, hey, look, it's not your fault. Don't take that blame. It's not you. It ain't on you. Don't feel bad because nobody knew your worth. Don't do that. Don't ever feel bad for that, man. But before we get out of here, I told y'all I got a new segment. My new segment. Right here. Where's it? Right there. Y'all see it? Right there. This damn food. Where I'm gonna find stuff that I feel like is damn food. So today's damn food. I told y'all my 420 people. I got y'all today. I got us. Okay, 420. I got us. All right. Today's this damn food comes from a Vox report. It say overdose on heroin, you might die. Overdose on cocaine, you also might die. Alcohol, the same. But marijuana, you won't die, but you might say some mean things to your cat. Reporter Kevin Cole reported for the Nebraska newspaper that a 53-year-old father had eaten 4 of his adult children's pot brownies, which was stashed away in the backseat of a car. His wife called 911 after he had a bad anxiety, and then it happened. They say he was crawling around on the floor, randomly using profanities and calling the family's cat a bitch. That weed was good, damn fool. Said the paramedics would have took him to his bedroom. Well, all he had to do was sleep it off. That's all he had to do was just sleep it off. According to the report, it says this isn't to downplay some of the risk of marijuana. Some people have really done bad things. Yeah. I don't know nobody that done no bad things. But check this out. It says compare that to tobacco, which the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, links 480,000 deaths a year to tobacco. Alcohol, the CDC links to 88,000 deaths a year. Or opioids, painkillers, and heroin were linked to nearly 29,000 drug overdose deaths. That's according to a study in 2014. But marijuana, my 420 people, here go our favorite part right here. The total number of marijuana overdose deaths, meanwhile, is 0. Yep, 0. CDC said it's 0. It said yet marijuana is illegal at the federal level, while some of these other drugs aren't. And one opioid painkiller is actually distributed by doctors. It's a very strange place for drug policy to be at. And also, he went through a marijuana overdose, okay, y'all? That's what it was, a marijuana overdose. This is a lesson in why, Tiffany Renee, why you should listen. When y'all get them edibles, please take your time. Because we don't want you somewhere so high that you can't even hear your kids. We don't want you somewhere so high. Those edibles hit a lot different. And my guy actually got some. But we're not going to say nothing about it, man. Hey, man, look, next week, we jumping right back into this mental health. We jumping back into it. If you got any questions, anything that you want to say, you know we're going to keep it anonymous. It's going to stay anonymous, but we will address it. All you got to do is send us the email. Send an email to smoothhouseradio@gmail.com. That's all you gotta do. Send it to us at smoothhouseradio@gmail.com. Put attention, Mr. Unique, and then I'll be the one that gets it. And we're gonna put it out there. Next week we're gonna talk about generational. That's what we're gonna be on next week. We're gonna dive. It's finna get deeper. Like I told y'all, I'm finna put myself in a lot of these situations because it's not just therapeutic for y'all, but it's therapeutic for me. A lot of people say, man, Unique, man, you got some anger issues. I know where they come from too. Do you know where yours come from? We're gonna discuss it though. It's a unique show with Mr. Unique ThaProducer. Man, I love y'all. Twitch, I love y'all. Y'all show love every time. Facebook, man, y'all rock with me today, man. Appreciate the hearts. YouTube, like, share, subscribe, comment. LinkedIn, much love, man. We a family. We in this thing together, man. We in this thing together. We in it together. And if nobody told you today that they love you, Mr. Unique love you. I hope y'all love me back. But even if you don't, I still love you. It ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.
The progress. We ain't like the average.
I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. Overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood.
I'm all good in my hood.
Well, I think so.
They said I changed cause I ain't hanging at the
corner store.
No more. Well, I changed for the good. I changed for the change so I can fuck with my hood. Understood? What's understandable don't need to be explained. I'm with my president, shit, it's time for a change. Hit you from long range, I call that a
sniper.
You know, like moving too fast, I call that a People bad bitch, that walk like a model. No Twitter shit, but me, she'll follow. Money on my mind, and mine on my money. My homies say I changed, say I'm making funny. Most of my homies changed while life getting ill. And I'm still doing me, chasing the meal. You know, life never been fake, I always been real.
I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood. It's the 106 and Parkway.
Let go. That's me. You can see me from long distance without a binocular. You know I call my coupe Monique.
Watch me park up.
And you know I'm on my gutter shit.
For real. And you know I keep a bad gutter bitch.
For real. And she said she love me. I told her I love her back. Only thing I love about her.
Then she getting stacks.
Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. We get food, that's a rock.
And I beat up her back.
Call that a bass drum.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tryna take her to the
boom, boom, boom.
I done got up off the subject. I ball cause I love it. You ballin' on the budget. On her lower back tatted, MRT. Who singing the chorus? Mr. Unique.
I've been on my grind, 25/8, that's what I call overtime. And I hustle every day, every week, every month, trying to take care of mine. And I stay away from haters and the laws and them, cause they mean me no good. Although I'm on $1 million grind, I still love my hood. Man, I still love my hood.
The progress.